Hello, friends. Wait. Adjusting levels. Fixing things. Alright. Now we're back. What's going on? Oh, wait. This is the first time we've done this in a long time. Ooh, that one was kind of quiet. We have a sparkling mandarin marshmallow fantasy vibe. Sounded like the correct flavor for this morning. They announced the event. I woke up. I saw the announcement. I surely didn't know the announcement and know that there might be more to come. I surely am surprised by what has been released. Let's look. Let's look at x.com, aka Twitter. All the people that said Battle Royale, I actually laughed so hard every time someone said Battle Royale. I mean, because I didn't know either, and now I'm laughing. Introducing patch 10.26 Plunderstorm. A 60-player Battle Royale. We're seeing all the reactions. Wait, there's tuning? Hold on, let's look at the tuning real quick, too. Oh, this is old. This is all the tier set tuning for season 4. Alright, so let's take a look real quick. Actually, this is a mix of actual tuning and tier set tuning. Oh, look at this. For preservation, increases the healing of reversion by 50% instead of 20 for 8 seconds was 6 seconds. And then the 4 set increases the damage and healing of Lily of Thing by 50% instead of 20%. This is actually kind of sick. I mean, preservation in season 1 was pretty fun, and it just wasn't that good, so I never played it. But balance. I'm not going to talk about DPS because I'm dumb. A new talent? Oh no. New talent, Dance of Chi-Ji. If you guys don't remember, Dance of Chi-Ji was the talent that was during Shadowlands. That was the Omega proc that basically meant Monk was an absolute slot machine for Windwalker, at least. Your spells and abilities have a chance to make your next spinning crane kick deal an additional 300% damage. New talent, Peer into Peace. 5% of your overhealing done onto targets with Soothing Mist is spread to 3 nearby additional allies. Soothing Mist now follows the target of your enveloping... Soothing Mist now follows the target of your enveloping mist or vivify, and its channel time is increased by 4 seconds. What? I actually kind of like this direction that they're going, except for I think 5% overhealing isn't enough. Because, like, that's nothing, right? It's not going to make you want to overheal. It would be pretty funny if it did, like, I don't know, 25% of your overhealing, you know? So it, like, wasn't efficient, but if you really wanted to be a dummy and just blast healing into one guy with Soothing Mist, it could, like, actually be a thing. That means you can swap targets. What I think this means is it just puts Soothing Mist on whoever you're targeting. Like, it's like, it just, like, puts it on them. Like, you're not actually channeling it, if that makes sense. Like, imagine, like, you just hard cast a Vivify on somebody, or Enveloping Mist, it just puts Soothing Mist on them for 4 seconds. Like, it's just, like, sort of like a statue. I assume that's what that means, and then that way it adds, like, any overhealing that you do gets split, but... Resplendent Mist now causes Gust of Mist to have a 30% chance to do 75, 150 more healing, was 50, 100, is whatever. Peaceful Mending is now a 1-point talent and increases the healing allies receive from Enveloping Mist and Renewing Mist while Soothing Mist is active. Was 25% per point. Okay, yeah, I guess if you're playing Caster Mistweaver, you kind of, like, need more talent points because you're taking all these random talents. Alright, Holy Pally. Um, Buffing Holy Shock and Holy... Wait. Holy Prism's healing was increased baseline in Guardians of the Dream. Yeah, they did a bunch of tuning with HPL back and forth. I'm not going to overthink what that means, but... sorry, excuse me, just waking up. What is this giant wall of text? Okay, I was actually... Okay. I'm very, very glad that they made this change. Because, if you guys remember Fyrak Prog, I was playing Dispriest, and Crims was my evoker guy that would rescue me. And dude, rescue actually owned. Like, it was so sick when he would rescue me, like, in the middle of a Radiance cast, and I would basically, like, move from point A to point B and not be interrupted or whatever. And the fact that Leap of Faith, like, it's, like, jarring in a way that rescue becomes normal, you know? Like, if I know Evokers need to use rescue because, like, the shield and other reasons, but I also think, I don't see why Leap of Faith interrupts spells. And I'm really glad that this is the case too, because now I feel like as a priest, I can help my teammates position instead of just, like, being a nuisance. Like, if I'm, like, unsure, like, here's one thing that happens a lot where, let's say a mage is hard casting a spell, right? A mage is hard casting like a Pyroblast or something for his SKB. I see he's standing in something, right? And I'm thinking, he's hard casting his Pyroblast. He's not gonna fucking move. He's a mage, right? So I want to grip him, but I can't grip him because then I'm interrupting his thing, right? And so then it's like, well, I'm just sitting there, and then, you know, he might have a blink charge, he might not, or shimmer or whatever, right? But if I have my leap of faith available and it doesn't interrupt the cast, I can just send it, right? Yes, but think of all the priests that enjoyed interrupting people in pugs. Man, I don't remember what it was, but there were some spells that were really funny that, like, they just, like, it's like a 8-second, and then you just grip it at the very end. Anyway. Imperial Blaze has been redesigned. Holy Word Chastise causes your next 2 casts of Holy Fire to be oh man, that's good. So, one of the huge wins that they did as for Dispriest this season, or rather this, was it season, I think? Season 3? They simplified their buttons a lot. They reduced a ton of the button bloat in Dispriest. And I still think that it has the same level of complexity. And I think that Holy Priest also suffered a little bit from button bloat, and they had too much stuff going on. And I love, like, this is the exact thing they did with this priest times, like, 3 or 4, where they just combined abilities and talents that didn't need to be separate. And this is a huge win. So now instead of having a random dumb keybind for Imperial Blaze, you just use Chastise, and then that empowers your Holy Fire. Dispriest, we haven't got to it yet, but I don't think so. Pontifex has been redesigned. Flash heal, Prayer of Healing Circle increases the healing in your next Holy Word spell by 6%, stacking up to 5 times. Oh, I see. Okay. To be fair though, I love Disc Priest in its current state. I think Disc Priest is like one of the coolest healers in terms of it's very simple, but it's very fun. So I actually don't know if I even want them to change it. Lightwell's been redesigned, creates a holy lightwell. Every second, the lightwell will attempt to heal a nearby party or raid member within 40 yards that's lower than 50% health and apply a renew to them. Lightwell lasts for 2 minutes or until it heals 15 times. Cooldown reduced by 3 seconds when you cast Holy Word Serenity or Holy Word Sanctify. Um, I guess I don't know how much healing this does. I think it's cool that they're messing with Lightwell because no one played it, but all healing done reduced by 7%. I think this might scare people, but hopefully they're getting that power back in all these talents, and this is just to counteract that, to make it more interesting and better playable, but not really make it OP. Holy Fire mana cost reduced to basically nothing. Chastise mana cost reduced to basically nothing. Resonant Words now causes Holy Words to increase the healing done by your next flash, heal, prayer, or circle by 20/40, last 30 seconds. What was it before? Anyway. Divine Word now increases the effectiveness of your next Holy Word spell by 30%. It was 50%. Weird change. Casting Chastise with Divine Word active now increases damage dealt by 20% and refunds 15 seconds of the cooldown of Chastise instead of the previous effect. So before, what Holy Word Chastise did was give you a fat damage buff. It was like 50% or something, but now it only gives you a slight damage buff and then reset, like gives you a little bit of CDR for Chastise. But remember, Chastise is now your Imperial Blaze. So like if you have a moment of like heavy DPSing where you can, because remember your smites are also resetting your Chastise. So if you have a moment of DPSing, like you can like Chastise, weave in Holy Fires and Smites, and then get the Chastise back even faster, and then send another one. Oh yeah, I did forget that. Smite did have a chance to apply Holy Fire with the old effect too. Maybe that will actually be worse. Casting Sanctify with Divine Word active now blesses the target area and heals 5 targets. Was 6. Okay, so just healing done increased by 25%, but it only hits 5 targets instead of 6. Basically making this stronger in dungeons. Casting Serenity with Divine Word active no longer increases the critical strike chance. Seems like they didn't. See, I was actually hoping they were going to rework Divine Word as well. I'm not really super happy with what they did, but Healing Chorus now increases the healing of Circle of Healing by 5%, stacking up to 20 times. This may make you want to take Circle of Healing again. I hope it doesn't. Okay, so I thought with the very first change they were reducing some button bloat, but I guess there's also a lot of buttons that Holy Priest just doesn't press very often. Like in dungeons, you don't press prayer, you don't really press Circle of Healing. Actually, to be honest, I don't even know anymore. I've been playing Holy like almost at all this expansion, like since season 1. Icon change. Gales of Song. This was the mastery one, I think, right? Connection. So they changed some. Okay, so they just reorganized it. You'd have to like see it, I guess. I think they just want people to try some of the other capstones or whatever. Resto Shaman. Healing Stream Totem now increases the critical strike by 15%, was 10. Increases the effectiveness of critical heals to 220. I mean, this was like Shaman, I think, got the short end of the stick with having not so good tier sets. And I mean, this is actually pretty good. The problem is this, I believe, at some point, they nerf the cooldown of Healing Stream and Cloudburst, or maybe just Cloudburst. And so I think this just offsets the cooldown nerfs. Because Season 1 you played with 10%, but you also had shorter cooldown on Cloudburst. Is Plunderstorm a joke? I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but I think the TLDR with Plunderstorm is, if Plunderstorm isn't cool to you or you're not interested, then probably nothing they would have done would have interested you, right? Like, it's not like their surprise season is going to be new dungeons and raid, right? Like, the chance of that was, like, basically zero. And if you were looking for, like, competitive, serious WoW content, you're boned. I think if you had expectations of what the patch was going to be, then you're probably going to be disappointed, but I think it's weird to have expectations. And I think if you had no expectations, then I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Also, I don't know. I think it's going to be a dumb fun thing to do for a week. Anyway, so slight shaman buff, slight evoker buff, lots of holy priest changes. I'm not really exactly sure the direction they wanted to go. Otherwise, just some tier set tuning. Oh boy, we have raid trinket adjustments. Hold on. Raid loot from Vault of the Incarnates and Aberrus have received several adjustments to align with changes made in Amirdrasil. Class set tokens will drop at a ratio of 1 to 3. I don't think that changes much. All very rare items have a separate chance to drop in addition to the boss's standard quantity of loot. That's a better change than what was before. It's not great. Like, obviously we would like them to just not be very rare, but that's better. The following raid trinkets have been adjusted. Oh my gosh. Conjured Chill Globe mana restore effect reduced by 70%. This was a very good trinket. It's gutted. Whispering Incarnate Icons infusion effects granted to allies reduced by 45%. I'm assuming this is going to put it in line with other stat sticks in dungeons. So if you just wanted to play, like, for instance, God, I don't even remember any of the Season 1 stat sticks. But, because Icon wasn't that much better if you were but it was better. But hopefully that will reduce some of it. Ward of Faceless Ire cooldown reduced to 1 minute. Absorb reduced by 35%. And damage reduced by 50%. This is actually really good, I think. Unless the shield is like nothing. Leaf was an insane trinket for healers, especially against one-shotty stuff. And having another 1 minute shield trinket when Leaf is gone, I think might actually be really strong. And this Ward was an int trinket too, right? All remaining stacks of Enduring Dreadplates heal steel plating that are not consumed by taking... I don't even know what this means. This must be like some strength trinket or tank trinket or something. Ominous Chromatic Essence shared alignment secondary stat reduced by 5%. This was like the icon in Season 2. I'm surprised to see this small of a nerf, but also this wasn't that OP. Blossom of Murdersoul effects increased by 10%. This might be a good raid healer trinket, but I don't think you care about it in M+. Tainted Rage Heart nerf. Increased absorb by 5%. Decreased flash damage and passive... Okay, so this thing is still insanely good, and you want it on every healer. Alright. Following... Wait, reworked? The following trinkets have been significantly reworked. Tome of Unstable Power. These were a bunch of dumb trinkets that nobody used in Dragonflight dungeons. If I remember, I was like really dobby about all the trinkets in Season 1 because like everything sucked. And now it's just like you just have to get raid trinkets. Wasn't that the case? Because like what was the trinket from Broodmother? The one where you like link with a guy and it just does like 10% of your healing and gives you stats? Broodkeeper. They didn't even touch that trinket, did they? That was an insane trinket for healers. Especially now that if a tank is invulnerable, you can just put it on a DPS. But hopefully these trinkets become better, we'll see. The following dungeon trinkets have been adjusted. Singing Stone's shield effect increased by 3%. This was like the AoE shield, I think. Another funny trinket that maybe we'll see use in one-shotty stuff. But probably not. Searing Embers, yeah, who cares? We'll wait for the Sims for that sort of thing. Alright, that was the patch notes. Surprised to see class tuning come out, but it's cool. They just deleted their official forum thread because they were destroyed there. Oh god, what thread? Oh shit. Rewards preview. So the way this is going to work is when you're it's basically going to be a temporary mode. When you're playing it, you're going to have a renown track. Just think of it like a really short battle pass. Like actually a battle pass now because we're literally playing WoW Fortnite. And then as you play, it's going to unlock random cosmetic shit. Like either, I believe there's some for classic and retail or both or something. And there's a mount at the end and like a full, oh shit, this guy. Yeah, so this is the benefit. This is like the, what do I get for doing this? It's purely cosmetic. But you do get some Mog and pirate themed stuff. I assume they're going to be very generous with unlocking this stuff, and you're not going to need to be like doing well. You're just going to, mass queue a bunch of games and get slaughtered or whatever. The Battle Royale experience. Also, Season 4 Dragonflight rotation confirmed. Algathar, Brackenhide, Halls of Infusion, Neltharis, Ruby Life Pools, Azure Vault, the No-Code Offensive, Oldemon. So, notably, they're not doing any Mega Dungeon. The Mega Dungeon appeared for one season, was used, and then it was gone, and then now it's gone. Which is a little strange, but I know it wasn't necessarily everybody's favorite. I mean, here's the problem, right? Is the Mega Dungeons are, generally speaking, like, usually designed for a more casual audience that's looking for, like, to do the dungeon one or two times and then beat it on hard mode and then not, you know what I mean? It's, like, sort of made for M+, but not really. Yeah, so in Azure Vault, they fixed some of the skips, but not a lot, not all of them. So basically, all right, if you remember Azure Vault, you beat the first boss, then you walk down to the ring, right? And then there's like 2 or 3 rings that you fight mobs and you could jump down. You can still jump down there, right? So you don't need to kill all of the you don't need to kill all the trash on every ring to go to the next part. That skip you can still do. The skip that is fixed is the one where after you kill the second boss, instead of going down the stairs to the frogs, you would walk backwards, then jump straight to the third boss. If anyone remembers that skip. So basically what people would do is skip all of the frogs and then the guys, do the boss, and then go back and get the count they needed because there's a portal guy. And that skip is fixed. I don't know why they fixed it. I feel like it was one of the cooler parts of the dungeon. Especially when we had to deal with affixes, because the frogs plus the big guys were like some of the more notorious affix offenders, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, Elgathar I think is fun. I'll be looking forward to revisit it. Honestly, Brackenhide wasn't that bad. I thought it just had very difficult bosses, but I assume we're getting no tuning, so this might be not fun. The run back, especially on the last boss, was like miserable for pugs. Halls of Infusion was terrible. Way too long run backs, way too linear. I'm not gonna go over this dungeon again. Neltharis I thought could have been a cool dungeon, but the chains were too impactful. Ruby Life Pools I thought was fun, especially by the end with the tuning. Azure Vault's okay. I don't like that they fixed the skip, but I think it'll still be okay. Noka is okay. Oldemon, the one thing I worry about is Halls of Infusion and Oldemon felt like they both almost needed Mass Dispel, if you guys remember. That was the God Comp season where literally every team had a Shadow Priest. So having these two dungeons back, I wonder if it's, if every comp is going to need a priest again. Any vids on how to play the new dungeons, or you mean the old dungeons? I do I have anything before? I don't really think so. I might do some stuff though. We'll see. I hope to be streaming a lot and at least like doing runs and messing around. Last season 4 for Shadowlands is really, really fun. And at some point I do want to get back into making more regular videos to transition into like the alpha and beta for the next expansion. It's just been hard the way that they did seasons, because every single video sort of becomes irrelevant more quickly than I would like it. They have not announced when season 4 starts, but I'd imagine this Plunderstorm thing will go on for a while, and then it'll basically transition right into season 4, I hope, within a month or so. Let's see, are there any changes? Let's see what stuff they have posted. "60-player battle royale." What stuff have they talked about? This is the patch notes and the tuning. Oh, is there a launch trailer? Okay, let's watch the launch trailer if they have it. Oh my god, Woach. I'm so sorry. I knew that was gonna happen. Time to see what ye sea dogs are made of. Okay, let's go over things that clearly we all should know because we're watching the trailer, and I don't only know because reasons. So the first thing I notice is that it's in Arathi Highlands. You can see like this area with the stones and shit. That's like the map, I assume. Maybe there are more maps. There be treasure awaiting. Holy shit, Volpira.
The plunder and adventure
I mean, they basically showed nothing. Oh, this is what they showed. Holy shit, 10:26 live stream. yumytv. Holy. Oh, there is the gameplay trailer. Okay, warning. Volume warning. Okay, it's good now. Oh shit, 12 minutes?
Hey everyone, welcome to WoWcast. We have a very exciting topic today. And
the new patch is out whenever the servers are up, but we don't know.
Hi Bethany, happy to be here. I'm Jeremy Fiesel. I'm Associate Game Director on WoW.
So, what is that black flag on the roadmap for 2024?
So when we were thinking about what we wanted to deliver to the players in 2024, what we ended up landing on was that we wanted to do something a little bit different than the things that we did previously in Dragonflight. So that's what we're here to talk about today. It's a brand new event, and we're calling it Plunderstorm. It is a pirate-themed, Battle Royale-inspired event that takes place entirely within World of Warcraft and is available for all active WoW subscribers. All that said, what do we feel like is like the 3 sentences that encapsulates the coolest parts about it?
So, Plunderstorm is World of Warcraft's take on a Battle Royale. It's an action-oriented game that lets you customize your build and basically your class every single match. You'll be able to start collecting abilities through chests and by killing monsters, even killing other players, all while trying to avoid a collapsing storm that is pushing players together. Whoever is the last team standing ends up winning. And you don't need to go through a quest line, you don't need to go through any previous content to be able to access this. This is immediately accessible.
Holy, that grip thing.
Player.
We expect even the most casual player to be getting tons of plunder and tons of rewards every day. You might even say that the first minute or two are really a little bit more on the PvE side of things, where you're out fighting monsters, you're collecting a new set of abilities, and there isn't a huge amount of PvP combat until later on in the match. And I think it's important that that's like the core of the game, is that plundering, getting out and collecting chests and collecting items. You don't have to be the last person standing on the map in order to get a whole bunch of rewards. Even just by dropping into the map and completing your starter quest, it gives you a bunch of rewards just for doing the usual things you would do for the first couple of minutes.
Can you level in this? So at the start of every game, you start at level 1, and then as you kill mobs or other people, you can level up to level 10, but then like your level resets every game fresh. There's no like, you know, your guy gets stronger. I mean, I think I read that in the Wowhead post.
So no matter what, you should exit that map with a bunch of plunder, even if you're not the last person standing. So as we were thinking about what the best framework for this would be, it just came to us that, hey, it should actually be an event that feels like it's a little bit outside of the main system. So we've talked and we've
They'll probably explain it more
what would be
here.
the best theme for an event like that. We landed on pirates.
Who doesn't love pirates?
Because who doesn't love pirates? It's a fun theme, but also there's all these different pirate crews around Azeroth, and you've got to ask yourself the question, if you're not the hero of Azeroth, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? So we're gonna actually track some of our civilian NPC friends and play as those characters as one of the pirate crews within Azeroth that isn't the hero of Azeroth. All of that came together to give us this theme of Kegleg's crew and the pirate crew, plundering these relics that are being transported across the Highlands.
What will players see when they jump into?
Wait, did he say civilians?
So we're gonna actually track some
it.
of our civilian NPC friends and play as those characters as one of the pirate crews within Azeroth that isn't the hero
He was
of
about
Azeroth.
to say civilians. Shout out to that
to
guy.
give us this theme of Kegleg's crew and the pirate crew, plundering these relics that are being transported across the Highlands.
What will players see when they jump into this new event?
When players enter this new event, they're going to notice that a lot of their core things that they're used to in World of Warcraft are different. When they get into the main menu, they'll have a brand new option available to them, which is the Plunderstorm button. They click on that, that takes...
Do you need game time? Okay, so this is my understanding. So see how it says Dragonflight up here? I believe you need to have a current subscription as well as have a have the retail client installed. But you do not need to have Dragonflight or any expansions or any games purchased. So you have a sub, and then you have the retail client installed, and then you can play. is how I believe it works. And then like this is the normal screen where it'll be like buy Dragonflight to level up, you know what I mean, or that thing. And then you can just click this button and then it takes you to this menu right here.
Menu, which shows their
holy shit duos.
Character.
Yo, this is gonna be sick.
Their friends list. And they'll
Why
be able to invite
are you talking like an Elden Ring NPC
players to their party all through the main menu. Normally you need to go into the game to invite another player into your party, but through Plunderstorm, you're actually inviting them through the main menu. Once you're partied up, or if you want to go in solo, you queue up.
Holy shit, a chicken?
When you load into a match, you'll notice that you're invited into a pre-game lobby area where you're able to try out new abilities and try different mechanics that exist within Plunderstorm.
So one of the coolest things about designing Plunderstorm has been just figuring out where we can break the rules in World of Warcraft. TLDR, when you're thinking about changing up things that dramatically, it no longer made a huge amount of sense for your main character and everything associated with that character. All of your armor sets and all of the weapons and everything that you've collected over the years and your battle pets and your 36 different abilities doesn't necessarily translate directly into this game mode. We wanted to start fresh and do crazy new abilities.
So, as Jeremy mentioned, there's going to be brand new abilities that normally you wouldn't see on classes or characters in there. Because
one thing to note too is it looks like you can either transfer your guy over or just make a new guy. Because we're seeing guys from like every single race. I don't know if there's like racials or whatever, but
you're thinking about developing a warrior ability, you want it to feel very warrior-esque, or you're developing a mage ability, you want it to feel mage-esque. Well, this, you don't have a class. You're actually going to be building a brand new kit every single time you're going into a match, and your builds may vary.
It keeps putting this thing on the bottom. So if you look right here on the very bottom, it looks like attack ability, potion, two spells but lightning, and then backpack. So it looks like you have 5 abilities plus auto attack and potion.
Very match to match because it all depends on what drops for you.
Oh, 5 is a res? That makes sense.
Even things like auto attack doesn't work like how it works normally in WoW. It's going to be an active ability that you're constantly using to attack enemies.
Yeah, like this. So this guy looks like he just spawned and he has the 5. So maybe 5 is not a spell that you get.
One thing that's just baked into your experience is that you're going to have a health.
Yeah, see, there's the potion. Yeah.
And we've slimmed down the UI. Compared to what World of Warcraft normally is. You may be used to the 12 buttons on your main action bar, and then you have a bunch of other action bars you can enable. Well, this actually only has 7 total buttons that you can press on an action bar. When you loot an item, it doesn't go to your bag. You don't have a separate frame that you're opening. Everything gets put directly onto your action bars, and then from there, that's also your spells. So you'll be able to cast spells, drop abilities, pick up abilities, all to one singular action bar without needing to manage anything else. So
oh, look there, it just showed it. Watch. So this is an item. You mouse over it, and it gives you a tooltip of what the spell does.
Singular action bar.
And then you just loot it, and then it just goes on your bar. And then see how there's like these diamonds on the bottom? I assume you can like level up your abilities, or they're like
so we've really
qualities.
And simplified the experience.
That whole thing, I think, ends up feeling just wild.
Sort of like how in like Fortnite or whatever, there's like
plays right now.
white items and purple items,
but you're
and
grabbing
stuff.
your abilities from the ground and then putting them on your bar. You can swap the 4 different abilities as you find new and cool things. Or
oh wait, no, it just changed it. You saw that? It just changed the number 5 to something else, like some meld icon. Holy Shield, common, projectile. Hurl a shield forward, damaging enemies in its path and returning towards you. Okay.
You find certain synergies that work really well together. And then there's different rarities to the abilities too. So you can get everything from uncommon, rare, all the way up to epic levels of these abilities. You get higher level abilities as you progress in the match, but you may also just get one really early in the match, get super lucked out, and you get epic fire whirl right at the very beginning, and then you can go and wreck some people. And that's one of the things I think that makes it super replayable. Not only do you get a kit of abilities that are always going to feel different in every match, but also how the power curve changes is also going to feel pretty different every match too.
Yeah, you know, we've experimented around with a lot of different spells and abilities, things that normally we couldn't do in World of Warcraft, and that's intentional as well. We want to make sure that when we're coming up with these brand new abilities, that they feel fresh, they feel awesome to press. It's not just about the min-max, but sometimes it's about the impact, oh man, I'm using an ability and this is just the most awesome ability I've ever seen. That's the type of stuff we want to inspire players to kind of jump into the next match and find even more cool stuff.
And you can strategize. One of the reasons why I like playing duos is because it almost feels like you get twice as many abilities. And
Wait, there's a
strategize.
mount?
You're going to be the fire pirate, and I'm going to be the Arcanosphere pirate.
So do solo players and duo players play together?
So the way it works is we have all duos in a match and all solos in a match. Duos, you can also, pre-form a party with a friend and be able to get into the match with them as well.
I think that it would end up being a little unfair to have solo players on the battlefield with duo players because duo players are coordinating, they're coordinating their spells and abilities. We made it really easy to use the ping system in-game so that it's really easy for you to communicate even if you're not talking with your partner. So they would already have an advantage and we wouldn't want to disadvantage our solo player like that. I think that duos also has the revive mechanic too, which is super cool, especially if you're a player that dies first, like I tend to.
Me too, me too. We shouldn't be on the same team then.
Absolutely.
Well, no, that would be good.
I'll be on Orlando's team.
So if your partner dies, you are able to revive them, but you're not reviving them the normal way you would revive a player in WoW. So you don't need to press any extra buttons or collect any spells or items that do this. This is actually just something that is kind of baked into the experience that if you die, you'll have a ring around you, your partner can stand on you, and then you'll get revived and able to play the game again. Normally in World of Warcraft, when your character dies, you're looking at your character's corpse and seeing a release button on there. Well, with Plunderstorm, we knew that we wouldn't be able to release. So what are you going to be doing, looking at your corpse the whole time? Well, the engineers, got together and they decided, hey, let's add spectating mode to this. So once you die, you can actually spectate your teammate until you're either revived or, unfortunately, you're eliminated. And then once your team is eliminated, you can spectate anybody on the entire map. So we wanted to really make sure that we're kind of introducing new things in WoW that normally wouldn't exist in, Dragonflight or in Classic or another variation of WoW, and make this pretty unique to Plunderstorm. There's other things that we kind of broke the rules on too, which was there's no fall damage.
And everyone can double jump.
That's good.
Can double jump.
Oh shit.
Things that we thought were fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
These are things that we can't do in World of Warcraft, and that's intentional because that's built around a very different experience. But here we said, well, we love WoW's combat, but we want to change
double jump is
how
fun.
you interact with WoW's combat. And we wanted to not only make it different for fighting other players, but also fighting monsters. All the monsters have a different type of abilities that they're going to be able to attack you with. These aren't your normal just auto attack abilities whenever a mob, gets on you.
Wow, that looks
these are gonna
cool.
be actually
Some of the mobs in the
abilities
open world seem like they actually are
cast
like
in front of the
scary.
monster and be able to sidestep it.
Okay.
So there's actual mechanics.
Because like imagine you're playing a battle royale, like if you're just taking a bunch of random damage fighting a mob, did I get to test it?
All the monsters that are in the match as well.
Like everything has become kind of more action-oriented combat, and that's one of the things we can accomplish when it's all encapsulated within an event.
On top of that, I think a really cool part of this mode is that
Sus?
there's
I mean,
multiple
well, why do you
layers of
ask the
play.
question if you're
So
just going to
there's
type
not only
sus
the
when I
spell
answer it?
acquisition, which we talked about, but also you're leveling through this experience as well. You're getting more health, and you want to get that so that you hopefully by the end of the match have enough level under your belt and enough items under your belt that you can come out on top.
I want to know, what rewards can I get from Plunderstorm? Because I'm a huge collector and there's got to be something cool. It's plunder after all.
Oh yeah, no, we've got a ton of rewards, a ton of intentionally pirate-themed rewards coming your way in Plunderstorm. There's 40 renown levels that you can get with Keg Legs Crew, which seems like a lot, but you're going to zip through them pretty quickly. We want this to feel super, super rewarding, so expect to get a renown level, every 4 or 5 matches, at least a renown level a day for even your casual gamer. Every renown level that you level up has a reward associated with it. Everything that you unlock in this mode is also going to unlock in your transmog set for all of your main World of Warcraft characters. And then there's a couple of classic rewards in there as well. If you're a World of Warcraft classic player, you can get a pet and a mount from this.
Is there anything you're doing to make Plunderstorm fair for all players?
One of the things we started discussing early on was whether or not we would support add-ons or try to put the majority of the
She seemed like that was totally a non-scripted question, and she was definitely interested in the answer to this.
and a mount from this.
Is there anything you're doing to make Plunderstorm fair for all players?
One of the things we started discussing early on was whether or not we would support add-ons or try to put the majority of the information players were looking for in the game world and in the mode.
Yeah,
I mean, no
World of Warcraft
add-ons.
players
Why
are
would
some
there
of the
be add-ons
smartest
with
players
this?
in the world, and we're super excited for our players to check this out. One thing that we knew though is that we wanted a level playing field for all players to be able to play with. Third-party add-ons are awesome, and they're super cool
Third-party?
to see, and what the community comes up with is amazing. But for this, we really wanted everybody to have the same exact experience, which also made it challenging to make the event as well, because we need to make everything super obvious. When you're casting spells or you're attacking enemies, those things, you know, we won't have any assistance from any other add-ons, so we may need to make the game really streamlined and approachable in that way.
We've really spent extra time iterating on the UI and the UX, the visual effects in game to make sure everything is as clear as possible.
Is Plunderstorm a reoccurring event?
You know, we're really looking forward to seeing what players think of this event. It's a brand new thing for us. It's super unique and cool and different. And depending on player feedback, we will see what the future of Plunderstorm looks like. We would love to bring it back in some form. If you like Plunderstorm, you know.
Yeah, see, I'm reading the comment a lot like, oh, it's a temporary thing, like FOMO or whatever. Blizzard is manipulating everyone to play. Like, I think that's totally wrong. I think the obvious thing is, like, clearly this was a project that a few of the WoW people played or, like, sort of made for fun, and it's not going to have, like, that crazy depth with, like, you know, tons of different maps and leveling up and customizations, and it's mainly just going to be something that's fun for, like, a week or two that people are going to play. And if it ends up being Omega Pog, like, obviously they're not just going to throw it all away, right? I mean, there's a chance that they throw it away, but if they bring a battle royale into WoW and everyone pogs out, like, dude, there's no doubt that this is gonna get a ton of viewers and everyone's gonna check it out. Like, I'm sure not everyone's gonna play, but people are gonna be like, oh shit, Blizzard battle royale or whatever. And like, if the the thing is, they just don't know if the concept is good or if this is like a you know, a thing. So I think anybody who's, I know the first reaction is like, why is it temporary? But it, like, why, you know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to manage expectations and be like, you know what I mean? Because if they say, oh, it's permanent, you know, this is some permanent thing, like, they're basically committing to, like, making a bunch of updates and changes to a game mode that it's possible that people don't like or don't have fun with, you know? So, I think it's almost a given that, and to be honest, a lot of the stuff that Blizzard has come out with over the last so many years has been the smaller projects and the dumber stuff, right? Like, think about Blizzard's, like, titles, like, okay, Diablo 4 was kind of whatever. Overwatch was fucking massive, right? And Overwatch was just, like, scraps of another project that they put together in, like, one mode. And Overwatch ended up being a total banger. Hearthstone, again, was like some just like random project that people were working on, from my understanding, and it became a mega banger. So like, I don't know. I feel like this is a good sign. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, this is the problem if you had expectations with this. There's so many people in WoW that play the game so many different ways and do so many different things, that if you expected any random hidden content update to be exactly for you and what you wanted, then you would be disappointed, right? Like, imagine you're some Omega M plus Andy, and somehow the content update was M plus solo queue and like a big M plus update, right? While you would have been happy, like 90% of people still would have been like, what the hell is this? Like, who cares? Like, imagine you're a PvPer and it's like a point, yeah, and then you're just like, oh wow, this is the update, it's M+. Like, you know what I mean? So I think this is like the widest reaching thing that they could have done, and this is one of, like, I think this will reach as many people as, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think the more I think about it, the more I'm actually pretty happy with this and how, you know, what they did. I just, you know, if you had like insanely high expectations of like them introducing game-changing systems without any sort of iteration or like updates or whatever, then yeah, I don't know.
Please get on the forums, please get on social media.
Your
Let us know what you think.
expectations
Let
are
us know what you
insane.
would like to see in a future iteration of it. I think importantly, now that we've got all this great backbone tech set up for creating these sort of in-game events, we can definitely look forward to making more in the future. So let us know what you think.
Feedback is super important for us. It's actually something that we take very seriously, not only externally, but also
Well, like Hugh
internally.
Pirate Storm
And
with
we wanna
Ninja.
make
I
sure
mean,
this
if he
is a
wants
fun
to.
experience. So just like Jeremy said, get on the forums,
I think that might be the hard part.
Let us know what you think.
I am so excited to
play
play
with Drake?
Plunderstorm, and I'm sure all of you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Bethany. It was great to be here, and we will see you in the Plunderstorm.
Oh my gosh, see you guys next time.
Holy Wowcast. That was a cool vid. Okay, let's see if it says anything. I mean, this is basically everything that they went over before. Battle Royale, 60 people. Arathi Highlands is the map. Choose between duo and solo. You create a new character. Okay, so you don't copy over your characters. You just make a new guy and you can make it look however you want. And then there's no UI or no anything, so you don't, there's no like setup. You just like do whatever. Action, well, let me turn on background music again. Yeah, so from what I saw, the only thing you're looting are these abilities and items or whatever that you put on your bar, sort of like weapons. Maybe there are items too, but it looked pretty simple in terms of like you run around, you get spells. I mean, very likely how it's gonna play is there's gonna be like, you know, a couple spells that are really, really good, and then otherwise you're just kind of like running around and try like grabbing different stuff and having fun, but you're sort of like looking for specific spells. And yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how the combat's gonna be in terms of flexing your skill at Plunderstorm. You know what I'm saying? Because it is in the WoW engine, you know? You're not gonna, like, need to aim, really. It's gonna be more like MOBA skill shot sort of things, it looked like. Here's all the mogs. Okay, I guess there's not that much. Pirate Pepe costume. So here's the big problem, guys, and I'm sure you already know, but the downtime is scheduled from 7 a.m. Pacific, which was about an hour and a half ago, until 3 p.m., which is potentially 7 hours. And they said that they wanted to get it up as soon as possible and have stuff work. And they announced it at this time, so I feel like we should be live. But I'll do my duty. It looks like Dorky and Max are live too. I don't feel like playing Elden Ring. I kind of want to take a break from Elden Ring. We may do like small night streams of Elden Ring. I do plan on playing this quite a bit. I really want to give it a genuine try, and I think a lot of stuff will be... I think it'll be fun. There's obviously a chance that it's not fun and we don't enjoy it, and then therefore we probably won't play it. But, you know, well, I mean, I'm not doing anything in WoW, and I'm not doing anything in anything else. So, I'm gonna give it a try. Play Helldivers with Dorky? What's Dorky up to? Oh, he's just on Wowhead too. Oh, he like just went live. What even is it? It's a battle royale in the WoW engine. Recap. The patch is a battle royale, and there's actually a really good explainer video that you should just watch that you'll probably have time to... These two videos at the very start of this Wowhead post are really good if you want to get the rundown, but it's essentially its own client. It's not related... Well, it's not its own client, it's on the retail client, but you don't need to have... Wait, whoops, I posted it in Dorky's chat. Alright, whatever. Dorky's viewers. Wait, Dorky put it in my chat. Alright, thanks, Dorky. I dropped that over there, my bad. From the PC Gamer article where they talked to Blizzard, each renown level takes 2,500 plunder. Each match should last about 5 to 8 minutes. Damn, 5 to 8 minutes? That's short. Most matches will reward players 500 plunder. If you're planning on completing the cosmetics, you're looking at 200 rounds. That's a lot. I would have to see, though. I mean, that's like, you know, is that assuming just drop in and die, you get 500? I mean, you just have to wait and see. Also, like, it depends on what the rewards are, right? Like, you know, if you're some Omega Transmog collect, if they put like the mount or the really cool ones at the very, very end, and then those take a long time, that's gonna be really lame. But hopefully, it's not gonna be like a brutal grind. And yeah, that's a good point. What King Kel said, they'll probably change it. Because you have to understand, it's just like a smallish team that's trying to like make an event that people will have fun in. Like, it's definitely not their intent to be like, oh, you have to grind this. This is our new game or whatever. This is simply just like they're trying to make something for fun. Also, I heard something about maybe drops. Twitch drops. Season 4 PvP rewards. It seems wild. 5 to 8 minutes. I feel like it'd be a little longer than that. Because, like, Arathi Highlands is pretty big. I think the phrase is where we dropping. That, you know, I don't keep up with the kids these days, but what is that? Dropping at the ogre compound. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. At the very worst, it'll be fun for a day. Hopefully, it's fun for like a week. And hopefully it's fun enough that they like bring it back. Like, honestly, I think the best situation is it's like a yearly event where it's like during a dead zone in a patch they bring it back, and then every time they bring it back it's like a new map with new spells and new stuff. Like, I think that would be super cool. I mean, maybe it'll be fun enough to be like an evergreen game mode, but only thing that annoys me is it needs a WoW sub. I possibly heard something about maybe them doing short code giveaway things for game time, but I don't see anything about it. That would be cool if I was able to give that stuff away. I know a decent percent of my audience has WoW anyway, so they wouldn't care. They could have just made it free to play. Yeah. Thinking about it, that's probably correct. I think that would be better for the long term of WoW to get more people to try the combat and mess around. I mean, free to play in general is just like sort of the way to go lately. As being a battle royale is not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, I think a lot of people were not expecting it, but it sort of makes sense, right? Because what content could they have done where they could have been like, oh, it's a secret, but people actually care about it? Well, What do we do for the next potentially 7 hours? Maybe we play some Geo. My Geo MMR is tanked. It is not looking good. We might have to climb it back up. Yeah, I do think free to play would have been probably better. Balatro, I beat Balatro. There's nothing more for me to do in that game. Does HP stuff known? No, all of the balance patch was actually new, at least to me. The patch was going to take 9 hours. Why didn't they start it earlier? Well, because they need to have people doing it, I assume. There needs to be employees there. Good luck convincing people to show up at 4 a.m. or whatever. What's our rating at? 1006. We tanked over 100 points. Holy. We get a TLDR on the Holy Priest changes? No. Because I don't really know what they were going for, like a way to summarize it. They just, like, changed around. I guess the TLDR would be they changed around the tree to try and get you to use some of the nodes that people weren't using. Sad to see the Plunderstorm announcement videos getting so many dislikes. What do people actually want with the devs? They're coming up with new ideas and you're still managing to whine. Genuinely crazy to me. Yeah, that's sort of what I think. It's like, what were you expecting? People want PvE content. Well, yeah, but like, did you think that they were gonna be like, oh, we're not gonna have another raid tier, we're going into the next raid? Oh, just kidding! Like, now there's new dungeons and here's a raid again. You know, like, I think they should have set your expectations pretty reasonably. And it's pretty obvious that, like, you know, this is a small team of people working on something rather than, like, you know, having art for dungeons and stuff. Why can't I find a match? If you know, you know. The front clip. Or the Lorgot clip. Oh shit, season 4 Dinars? Oh shit, Dinars are gonna be back. Expecting a mini storyline? Yeah, I mean that's what I think most people would have assumed, or what would have made the most sense is, like, you know, just some like quest line. Maybe something with like a little bit of secrets, but oh yeah, we're playing No Moving. This is Ukraine. Kind of feel like this is West. It doesn't really remind me of Russia. Weird looking poll here. My first thought was Argentina. All the sand makes me think it's like by the water. Short foliage. I might be getting baited, but oh, it was way up there. Holy shit. I don't get why people are hating it. I don't really think there's that many people hating it, to be honest. Like, I think it's mostly people who probably don't play the game anyway. Or, like, would have hated on literally anything. Is this a Saskatchewan thing? I think it is, right? These, like, white dots in the road. We're going straight east-west. Who is this guy? The weird-looking bollard thing. Oh, I don't know what that is. Slovenia, maybe? It doesn't really look like Slovenia. Maybe it's just, like Slovakia or Czech or something. Could it be Croatia ever? Fuck it. Go like here. It was Slovenia, damn it. I knew the language, I just didn't have the confidence. Is this Russia somehow? Could this maybe be like this stuff over here by the Baltics? Like these narrow roads? No, but he was in the Baltics, so a few points to pick up. Stone anniversary crap? Yeah, I feel that. Not quite Finbar. No, I don't know if I'll ever be there. Okay, this looks Spanish to me. Or no, maybe you're right. No, you're right. It is Greece. Because the wooden poles and the double white. I don't think Spain has double white lines. Can't quite see anything. Ever. He went Italy, that's funny. I mean, I almost went Spain. Bang. GG. Climbing out of our hole. Spell break? I don't know too much. To me, it didn't look very, like, it looked pretty straightforward in terms of what they were going for, and... Oh, this is like a national park car somewhere in Africa, I think. Do I just go Kenya? Man, I don't know. It was Uganda national. Okay, well, whatever. He went Kenya too. Yeah, we got kicked out of champion. We tanked our rating and then we didn't play for a week and they kicked us into Masters. But that's okay. We'll make our rise. TI's in EU this year. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Wasn't TI in, like, Denmark or something cool? This is a really weird location. This, to me, looks Asia. Signs on the right. Tractor? Sun is kind of north. Is this just like a weird Mexico? I mean, this pole looks like it could be Mexico. I think I'm just gonna trust the pole, as weird as this is. It feels everything about this location feels Asia to me, though. Okay, good. This is German. Just Germany. I don't know anything about landscape guessing Germany. I go like north. I don't max south. I would not have guessed Austria border. Getting your tweets. Can't wait to crank some WoW 90s on millennial dads just getting home from work. Holy. JPC ready to slam in this. Alright, what do we got here? I'm gonna guess the US, like somewhere in this area. Like Utah, Nevada, something. This is kind of my vibe. Maybe even more. Fuck, is this a thing? Maybe I'm gonna go even higher to like Wyoming. I don't know what made me go up. I guess this area, to me, this area looks like more dry and more southern usually than it is. Bang. Alright, 2. Let's keep the winds up. We'll just keep refreshing Wowhead and Twitter and seeing if anything new comes up. Plunderstorm interviews. Maybe we'll read this after our match. Then we get match with this guy again. Poor Kevin. Unless he gets his points back, then fuck him. I think this is just Senegal. Is this like south of the Gambia ever? It's kind of hard to go here on this round. I'm just gonna go here, I think. Yeah, it's like max north. Luga. Uh-oh. It looked like it just changed. That was really weird. I'm gonna press refresh. Um... I don't know. Rwanda, maybe? No, it was just Senegal again. Dude. We're ragey. I guess to be fair, it made sense, but... Man... My first guess whenever I see something like this is Finland, but I'm scared because of the dirt roads. No, yeah, I don't know if I would have put it here anyway though, but I feel like at least in terms of what Google covered, you don't really get that many dirt roads in Finland. Alright, I'm gonna make a bold plonk here. Bang. Okay, well, Peru. Akio House. I assume this is like an advertisement for a house? Or... I I think we just guessed Lima, and the quality of our guess is based off of how far the location is from Lima. Looks like he had the same idea. Is this Russia? Oh, jeez. He insta-slams it. But I think this is, like, really far this way. Okay, damn it. I didn't have time to think or zoom in or anything because he just insta-plonked Irkutsk. Oh, jeez. Hmm. To me, it looks it looks like Dutch or Denmark, so I guess German. The buildings don't look. I don't know. I kind of want to go like here. Looks like a weird cross between Denmark, the Netherlands, and Germany. I know it isn't the Netherlands, but it just kind of like looks like, I don't know, I can't. Bang. Dude, I don't know, dude, those Netherlands vibes, I just had them. We were like right up here. Maybe that's like these cities all kind of look sort of like that. Yo, glory be the waffle. Thank you for the 10-month resub. I appreciate it. Oh, wait. I didn't go back. We got Plunderstorm interviews. May as well keep up with the WoW content while we're here. When you think back to Warcraft 3, one thing that's super cool about Warcraft 3 was going around to different camps and leveling your hero. And level 10 was a major point to get to. What's super cool is harkening back to that. It's a PvP game, but there's also PvE elements. Leveling up gives you health, more damage on your abilities. You can find better loot in different places on the map. You can go around and find these camps of monsters and help level up your character each game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, level 10 was pretty rare. If Grubby got a level 10 hero, that was definitely a YouTube video and in the thumbnail for sure. Arathi Highlands wasn't Blizzard's first choice for Plunderstorm, but they wanted to return to a familiar old world zone. Its history as a contested PvP zone helped narrow it down. We wanted this experience to have a familiar space in that sense so that players didn't feel with all the experimentation it wasn't too jarring in the sense of the play space. The play space still kind of feels familiar, they still have a strong understanding of it, and then we layered the experimental effort on top. I do agree with that. Maybe biased because I'm a classic player, but also I think they can very easily change this to different maps if they want to. It's also revealed that okay, so this is the spells. There's 10 offensive and 10 utility spells for players to find and experiment with. Each spell has 4 ranks, which are upgraded by acquiring multiple copies of the lower ranked version. It's exciting to be able to see what wait. It's exciting to be able to take what WoW is so good at, which is that second-to-second combat, and break the rules of what's there. That's one of the main reasons why you aren't playing as your main character. This is a unique experience, a very different experience, a classless experience. This is more limited, but hopefully deep enough that players will find enough to talk about metas and talk about what strats they go with when they enter a match. Really focus on trying to break the rules, give players something really exciting and experimental before the War Within launches. Once that launches, the big focus is going to be on that expansion. Yeah, exactly. This has to do with the question of like, oh, why isn't it permanent? Blah blah blah. It's because like, well, you know, we'll worry about that. Like, if it's a huge success, then let's cross that bridge when we come to it. You know, like let's just set the goal of making a cool event for a week or two, rather than trying to create an evergreen system like right before a huge expansion. Yeah, if people are going to social media, creating forum posts about how excited they are, it could be totally something we look forward to bringing back the game in the future. I mean, in my opinion, even if it's like not super well received, they can still easily take what they have, change it slightly, and then repackage it over and over again in different zones, right? Like they could easily you know, do like a winter event in, you know, somewhere in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, and like, you know, have a whole nother, you know, PvP snow thing. Like they could so easily repackage this into any zone or vibe that they want. Like even with like, you know, oh, it's Legion time walking this week, and then we'll put it in the Legion zone, you know, like they could very, very easily do basically anything with this event. Like they could reskin all the abilities to make them Legion. Like Max's thumbnail for YouTube is a banger. I feel like my thumbnail artist won that one. He was like hella busy yesterday. I'm like, yo, you gotta do this right now. And he's like, fine. I'm pretty sure the thumbnail that I have is a banger. Did Frank Photoshop out Max's tooth to make it look like he doesn't have a tooth and he's a pirate? Holy moly. That's actually really funny. Photoshopped Dratnos' mouth. Dude, that's toxic. I feel so bad for Dratnos about that. Exclusive rewards. Oh shit. So this is what people were complaining about. There are 2 rewards exclusively for match winners. A tabard and an eye patch. Oh shit. So you get a transmog for winning a match, and that's like a specific thing that you have to win a match to get. That's actually pretty fucking cool. So when you win your first match, you're gonna be pogging out, because you actually get an eye patch mog and a tabard. That's I know some people might not like that, but I think that's pretty cool. All other rewards are available to everyone through Renown. Each Renown level takes 2,500 plunder, with most matches awarding about 500. Each match should last about 5 to 8 minutes. I heard slightly longer than this, but I mean, I guess no. They're assuming you're fucking dead, right? Like they're not saying the total match. They're saying your time in the match is gonna be 5 to 8 minutes, assuming that you like play, you level up, but you don't necessarily get first. Players can complete 1 quest per match, so I think the battle pass, every time you go into a match, it gives you a quest, and then you can do that for extra plunder for your thingy or whatever. Although no end date is explicitly given, there are several mentions of a 6-week time frame. You don't need to do it all in one sitting. We don't want this to feel like you're required to play every day for the 6 weeks while it's active. Developers are expecting that casual players will require a couple weeks of non-obsessive play to get all the rewards. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously they're going to shoot for it, and if in 2 weeks it's like, you know, the game is getting a little bit stale and people aren't close to getting it, like they're just going to, you know, double the drop rate or triple the drop rate or whatever of the plunder. Interview with Wowcast, spectator mode. Orlando confirms that duo and solo players will play in separate matches to avoid the inherent imbalance of being able to coordinate with each other. Players that die will transition to a spectating mode. Duos can watch their partner. Solo players and duos that can't be revived can spectate anyone on the map. I mean, that's just normal Battle Royale stuff. No add-ons. I mean, to me, it's just like a mod. So, like, having add-ons just makes absolutely zero sense. Like, especially having weak auras being able to work, or, like, being able to write weak auras would be really dumb for this. Frank's Twitter video. Oh shit! Do we got a banger tweet from Frank? Oh, this one. All right, let's look.
Yeah, you know, World of Warcraft players are some of the smartest players in the world.
God damn it! Does anyone have this clip? Hold on, let me look for it. Lord, clip. What's this? Najatar? World of Warcraft, the Najatar incident. Oh, this is something else. PFA stuff. Damn it. Now I'm looking through his most viewed clips. Only 3 years ago? No, there's no way this is 3 years ago. Alright, here we go. 5 years ago. This is... Shout out to Lorgok. This is the clip that was referenced when it said WoW players are very smart. Also, wait, why is my cat hiding? Well, I can hide for this, but...
I guess he likes to push the limits.
Wait, what? He just solved it instantly.
You're scared of the future issues. You're so young, where you're taking just... I want to get into competing, and I want to go big in the fitness industry. That's my goal, yeah? I'm not training so really good. Like, I know the fatter guys, I reached the point where, like...
How is this baited? Why is this his most viewed Najatar clip? This is the same clip that you linked to, right? What the hell? Did we get baited? Is he... is this, what is it called? Where history got rewritten? Oh. There we go. Sorry for loud. Wait, why is there all these clips of Lorgok solving these puzzles? This is some Mandela effect shit, dude. Why is this a thing? Dude, so if anyone doesn't remember, like, if anyone wasn't here, doesn't know, like, if I just seem like a blabbering idiot, in BFA, there was a popular clip of this guy having a very easy puzzle, and he wasn't able to solve it. And he sat here for like a full minute trying to figure it out when it was like one clip, or like one click. And I expected to go back to his page and like his most viewed clip is just that. But somehow there's just a bunch of random clips of him solving puzzles with thousands of views. Frank's BFA montage? No, it definitely is. I definitely remember that. But do we really have to boot up Frank's BFA montage just to see the clip? That's actually insane. BFA. Shout out to Frank. Holy fuck. Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
Oh, that's hot.
You trolling me? Okay. My brain is going AFK.
That's hot.
Finally, dude.
Finally, dude. The hardest puzzle of all time. These are some banger vids, 300k views. Wait, it has music. It just got copy. It just got copy claimed. Bronx doesn't even make music or money from it, I don't think. Poor Bronx. Speaking of that, somebody copy claimed the most mysterious song on the internet off of my what's it called? My Millennious stream when I played that song on there, and I googled the guy's name or whatever that copy claimed it, and there's just 100 Reddit threads about how this guy's a scammer and he just like copy claims random stuff. Like we were talking about it, how people are like copy claiming like random sounds from games and stuff, and it was actually like literally the that guy that's doing it. What's insane about that is so what mostly happens on YouTube, and this might be like a difference about live streams versus videos, but most of the time if you post a video and you have a song in it that gets copy claimed, you completely lose monetization control of it. So you lose all of the money that it generates, and you don't even get to pick the ads that are on it. And of course, whoever claims it, I'm sure just max cranks infinite ads on your video because they don't give a fuck, right? So you lose control over all that stuff, and you don't get any of the money from it normally. But the guy who false claimed that song on my stream actually had like some weird thing where it was like shared revenue, so he only took half and I still had control over the ads or something. I don't know if that was a live stream only thing or what, but it's actually really funny that the guy does that, because it's probably smart, because it makes people more likely to not pursue it and fight the claim or whatever. Yeah, the claimer doesn't... Well, so basically, the way it works is there are companies that do it, and so essentially you go to a company, you upload clips of a song, or like your song or whatever, and then they'll auto-claim it based off of like the things that you upload. And so what happens is he just uploads a bunch of random like public domain or like free stuff or like sounds or whatever, and then it'll get flagged by him. Like it'll say it gets flagged, and then as the creator you can say, no, I have fair use to this. Then when you say that, the guy has 30 days to give evidence. And so if he doesn't, like, basically what happens is he just mass claims tons of videos, but then gives no evidence. And if you ever fight them, then he just gives up, and then he just gives you the video back or whatever, which is absolutely ridiculous that it works like that. But I mean, it makes sense for if people didn't abuse it, and it's like super illegal to do it like that. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of these people don't care. The 30 days. Well, I believe as soon as you fight the claim, it goes into escrow, or escrow or whatever, so you can, like, whenever the claim gets resolved, whoever wins the claim gets the money for that 30 days. I believe is how it works. And again, not that I'm some, like, super big shot YouTuber where, like, 30 days of one video is going to be any amount of money that this stuff is worth. I'm just doing it out of principle because fuck these people. I was doing research on it yesterday, and again, it could be like a case-by-case basis or whatever, but that's what it looked like for what I had to do. But yeah, like, Think about how like shady that is or whatever. Because basically, people will upload a song and then be like, hey, this is copyright free, you can use this. And then other people will use it. And then someone will take that copyright free song and then like put shitty lyrics or like parts on it and then just upload it and say it's their song. And like technically it is their song, right? Because the original base thing was fair use, if that makes sense, right? Like that's sort of how they get away with it. Waffle versus Lorgox? No, we were just talking about a clip in YouTube and stuff. But that's how they get away with it, right? Because let's say there's like a tune that's like fair use, right? They'll use the fair use tune, but then like make a song out of it and then claim it and then say, oh, this is my song. And technically it is fair use and they can use that part of it. So it's like copyright free laws don't work like that. I mean, it's not legal what they're doing. I'm just saying what they're doing. No. I'm not saying they're like that's legal. I'm saying that's what they do. Because if you just upload somebody's exact copyright free thing, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying it's legal what they're doing. Dude, this pirate software guy is popping the fuck off, dude. 13K views. Normally, this guy's like a late night streamer. Yeah, he's been streaming for 9 hours. Having 13K views at this time of day streaming like variety is insane. I think this guy has the Dorky voice hack. I feel like if Dorky was a variety streamer, he could just grow to be like one of these guys and just have like insane viewer base. People just like the Omega deep voice about people that are calm and can talk about anything. I used to think this guy was like super niche about like game creation and stuff, but he actually talks about like, you know, or he's actually like an Omega big variety streamer, just like random shit. This guy's a good stream if it's like 5 in the morning and you wake up and you're like, who do I put on to fall back asleep? Anyway. See if there's any new stuff. Yo, yeah, someone tweeted about this. So, Dinars in Season 4. So if you got... Oh, wait. So, if you guys weren't familiar with Shadowlands Season 4, they added a system where you could essentially pick any item from the raid. You would get, and I don't know exactly how it's going to be obtainable or not, but because there are items from each raid and it might be hard to get the exact item you need, and then Season 4, so no one really cares, you'll be able to buy weapons and trinkets. Yeah, I mean, but that's the only thing that you'd ever buy specifically, right? Except for, I guess, maybe a tier piece, but yeah. But so you'll be able to buy specific items from the raid. I kind of assume that this would be in the game anyway, but it's good news to, like, you know, that it is here. Awakened raids. Oh shit. So they're not faded raids anymore, they're awakened raids. Wait, wasn't awakened a seasonal affix? Am I crazy? Was Awakened BFA Season 4? Oh shit. What if they bring that back? There's no way. That's some copium right there. And I managed to beat Melania? Yep. We beat her a couple hours into that stream. And then we managed to get all the way to the last boss. Talked about the balance changes to Mistweaver. We looked over the balance changes at the very beginning of the stream if you want to check it out, but there wasn't really much. They were mainly just like slight buffs to like caster Mistweaver, if I remember. Which no one really plays anyway. So, some guy I remember in my chat typed something along the lines of there's not gonna be 3 rotating raids. I don't know if that guy was just chatting, but it seems like based off of what I see so far, there's definitely going to be 3 rotating raids. Because there's achievements for doing all 3 in Awakened. There's dinars. This seems like it's going to be just a carbon copy of Season 4 of Shadowlands. It sure, yeah, we don't know for sure, but it sure looks like it. Well, the new patch will either go live soon or in 6 hours. Play a couple more games of Geo, I guess. We also get the currency to upgrade normal to heroic to mythic. I hope so, but we don't know yet. This is an Italy plate. I was not going to guess Italy with this, though. I don't know. Just like here, maybe? We lost a raid because of Plunderstorm. Man, what is this? Man. Like 2022 coverage. Very sandy. These mountains in the distance are very strange, though. To me, the mountains look like South Africa, but the... I don't know. I don't know where we get soil like this in Mexico. Brazil. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know where you get soil like that in Mexico, but I think I would have went, yeah, Africa. Because of the mountains. Oh, geez. And then we get this. Holy smokes. Is this Australia ever? Man, these rounds are insane. Were you about to get 2-rounded by this guy and go wrong continent again? Okay, well... we made it here. We have the same, like, oh no, is this... Okay, this tree looks like Africa now. Bro, what the... what are these rounds? This building. It's not... Man. I'm worried this is Australia again. Yeah, fuck. These rounds are out of control. We're just playing Southern Hemisphere roulette. Jeez. I can't really see much on these plates. This kind of reminds me of Indo. And maybe this is troll, but I kind of want to go in the Nusas. Like, all right. Are we dead to that anyway? Damn. GG, I guess. We lost the Southern Hemisphere roulette. I feel like the one where I went South Africa and Australia might have been more obvious. I shouldn't have got that one wrong. Oh, jeez. Kind of reminds me of Canada. Could this be like up here ever? Oh yeah, the Dance of Chi talent. I forgot about that. Alright, alright. Our vibes were not too bad there. No. Yeah, it is pretty funny they have a spectate mode for Plunderstorm and not for regular WoW. Spectating for regular WoW would be so sick. Imagine you could just like right click your friend on friends list or whatever and then just be like go like see his key or whatever. I don't know what to make of this. I kind of want to go like southeast, but I feel like southeast of, or I mean southwest of France is like more dry. I think I'm just in a plonk middle. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, he went down there, but yeah, well, the way they spectate MDI, my understanding is it's not even like a spectator, right? Like they just have a admin like ghost client thing that just flies around. That's it, and is the camera guy. Oh no, this is just Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, something, and I just have no idea. I feel like I want to go Spain, but I'm not happy about it. No, I was Bulgaria? What in the world? A chase observer perspective thing? Well, I mean, it's like a follow mode, sort of, right? Chile. Looks omega dry. Like, I always get scared of going too far north of Santiago, but maybe we go like here? Nice. Yeah, well, it's not even just a 6-player. I think there's like multiple. Usually there's like 2 or 3 admins per game. I don't know which ones are camera people or not. Oh, jeez. Well, he insta-plonks? Bro, what the fuck is this? Somewhere in the south? Huh? Dude, I feel like when people insta-plonk, you would think that would be like a sign of confidence. But more often than not, at least at this rank, it's a little strange. NGW Group. All right, Italy. Weird looking sign there. There is a lot of mountains though. I think this area is like really flat. But it seems kind of southern. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. I didn't finish Elden Ring, but we're very close. I just felt like taking a little break from it.